Hello, guys. Vidster here. And I know it's been a while. I was sick and lost my voice, and then other things kind of got in the way. So I am back with another episode of Final Fantasy XIV Classes for Dummies. And today we are going to be working with Gunbreaket. Now, it's been a while since I've used this class, so I may be a little rusty at all its abilities, but we're going to start from scratch. Alright, let's go into our actions and traits. And we're going to look at our combos here. Now, top combo you have at level 1, Keen Edge, at level 4, Brutal Shell, at level 26 is Solid Barrel. This is your single enemy aggroing combo. And it will also be the one that you use to fill up your gauge over here on the right hand side. So let's start with our basic combo. It's Keen Edge, Brutal Shell, which also gives you back hit points, if you didn't notice that right off the bat. And then Solid Barrel. Now, what I'm going to do here... Wrong one. Okay, reset striking dummy. Come on. Thank you. We're going to go through and show what each of these actions actually does. Keen Edge delivers an attack with a potency of 200. Brutal Shell delivers an attack with a potency of 160. Combo action Keen Edge. Combo potency 300. Combo bonus restores own HP. Cure potency 200. Combo bonus creates a barrier which nullifies damage equaling HP restored. Duration 30 seconds. So that's why it's called Brutal Shell. It not only brings you back hit points, but it also creates a barrier. Not a very long one, but it does. Solid Barrel delivers an attack with a potency of 140. Combo action Brutal Shell. Combo potency 360. Combo bonus adds a cartridge to your powder gauge. And your powder gauge is this thing right here. Okay? As you notice, I already have 2. Now, we're going to look at the next combo group. Now, this is your Demon Slice and Demon Slaughter. These two are your mobs aggroing abilities. So let's look at these. Demon Slice delivers an attack with a potency of 100 to all nearby enemies. Demon Slaughter delivers an attack with a potency of 100 to all nearby enemies. Combo action Demon Slice. Combo potency 160. Adds a cartridge to your powder gauge. So, now let's go ahead and give these a go, shall we? Seriously? Nick Leo, I haven't even started attacking yet. Alright, here we go. There's Demon Slice. And that's Demon Slaughter. And again, it brought up my powder gauge. Nice part about this, much like a lot of the other tanks, is it has a circular AoE ability. Warrior, it used to be a conal. They fixed it recently. So that makes it really nice. Alright. So we're going to reset that. Nick Leo, enough. Enough, you dumb bird. Get over here. Come on. Leave the poor striking dummy alone. Thank you. Okay. Moving on. Our next actions. We have our weapon skills. Now, we have here lightning shot. Now, this is one of your, I want to say jump forward abilities, but it's not really jumping forward. It shoots off much like, shall we go and say, it's your, basically your tomahawk for warrior, shield lob for paladin, and unmend for dark knight. This is that. For Gunbreaker, this is lightning. It's called Lightning Shot. Delivers a ranged attack with a potency of 150. Additional effect increases enmity. So in other words, from a distance, you can shoot them and get their attention. So let's see. We're gonna target the striking dummy and see how far back we can go here. Okay, there we go. From way back here, you can aggro your monster. Okay? That's how that works. Alright. Oh, wrong one. From there, we have, now we're going to be moving into using our powder gauge right off the bat, real quick here. Burst Strike requires a powder gauge. This delivers an attack with a potency of 380. Additional effect grants ready to blast, duration 10 seconds. Effect of ready to blast ends upon execution of any weapon skill. Cartridge cost is 1. So what we do, this is also part of a much later combo, so we're going to come back to that. Alright, we'll come back to this one. And this is a level 30 ability, but it's part of a combo that later on I'm going to show you how that will work better in a combo. Next, at level 54, we have Sonic Break. Now, this leaves a damage over time on your enemy. So let's read what that one says. Delivers an attack with a potency of 300. Additional effect, damage over time. Potency 60. Duration 30 seconds. This weapon skill does not share a recast timer with any other actions. Okay, so we're going to give that a try, and we're going to show you what that does. So let's target our striking dummy here. Now, if you'll notice, up here, on your enemy bar, you're going to see there's a dot. It's counting down from 25 seconds. So this is a combo you put on to do the damage over time debuff. Okay, moving on. Now this is also part of a combo, Gnashing Fang. And I will show that to you in a minute. Faded Circle. Now this is great when in combination with Demon Slice and Demon Slaughter. However, it costs a cartridge gauge, which there's 3 of them. So usually what I would do if you're in a dungeon and you've grabbed a bunch of mobs and you've got a while before they're all dead, I'd use Demon Slice, Demon Slaughter 3 times to fill up my gauge, and then use my Faded Circle 3 times. That's what I would normally do, and in the end up with double down. But anyway, let's look at Fated Circle. This is level 72. Delivers an attack with a potency of 300 to all nearby enemies. Cartridge cost 1. Alright. So, let's give that one a go. Well, before we do that, let's do this as well, because this is also a multi-hit. We're going to look at these two, and I'm going to show you how in combo these can work. Double Down delivers an attack to all nearby enemies with a potency of 1,200 for the first enemy and 15% less for all remaining enemies. That does a significant amount of damage. However, keep in mind, this is a cartridge cost of 2. This weapon skill does not share a recast timer with any other action. So, let's give these two a try, and I'm going to show you how cool this can work in this. So, we're going to do those. Of course, now we have 3 cartridge gauges all the way up. So, we're going to use Fated Circle 3 times. There we go. Now we're going to fill our gauges back up again. There we go. And then we can use Fated Circle one more time, finishing up the combo. So you can see how quickly and easily this combo can be used in a dungeon. It really works great. So this is something that can be used quite easily. Now, again, I said I would come back to Gnashing Fang in a minute. Now, just so that you understand, if you are working early on with this class, Fated Circle is level 72, Double Down is 90. So keep in mind, these abilities are not going to be available until those levels. So this is going to take you a while before you can get to these. But when you do your expert dungeons, or your roulettes, this will make it easier. Alright, moving down to abilities. Now this is mostly your cooldowns and your power-up debuffs. And then there are a few others, but we'll start here. No Mercy. Increases damage dealt by 20%, duration 20 seconds. This would be the same as, I do believe, Infuriate for Warrior, Fight or Flight for Paladin. And I should know it for Dark Knight, but I don't remember. But anyway, so this one is increases damage dealt by 20%. So you would pop that and do some of your heavy combos. Not the Gunbreaker. Gunbreaker has only really one heavy combo, and I will get to that one in a minute. Now, here's a cooldown that is a very useful one. This one I keep on my hotbar. Unfortunately, it does have a 90-second cooldown. So make sure to pop it when necessary. I usually wait to pop it until I have a boatload of enemies on me. Increases parry rate by 50% while reducing damage taken by 10%. This I use against a lot of mobs. And that you get this at level 6. So this is actually quite nice. And it protects you and helps the healer out quite a bit before you start taking some serious damage. Moving on, we have at level 10, Royal Guard. Significantly increases enmity generation effect ends upon reuse. This is your tank stance. This is your ability that you must have on at the beginning of any fight. Any dungeon you go into, you must have this on. This is the same as having Defiance, Grit, that's for Warrior and Dark Knight, and for Paladin. You have to have these on. These are very, very important. So it was Royal Guard for Gunbreaker. Now, if you're a Final Fantasy VIII fan, you're kind of going, what in the world? Yeah, well, they changed it around. But anyway, moving on. Here is another cooldown. This is Nebula. You get this at level 38. Reduces damage taken by 30%. This I use sparingly. I use this for tank busters because it is a 120 second cooldown. This is the essentially the same as for Paladin it would be Sentinel, and for Dark Knight it would be as a Shadow Wall, I believe. So you use this one against tank busters because this one, it has a very long cooldown, but it does an awful lot of protecting you, a lot of mitigation. Next we have Aurora. Now this you use when you think the healer needs a little extra boost. This grants regen to target, meaning you can put this on somebody else. However, most of the time it's usually used on yourself. Grants regen to target, pure potency of 200, duration 18 seconds. Maximum of 2 charges, meaning you can do this twice. However, it's usually used on yourself. As you can see, there we are. There's our regen. Okay. Now we have another cooldown. This one you get at level 50. This is Super Bullied. This is your, I'm sorry, this is in my opinion, kind of the dumbest invuln you can imagine. Most of the time when you do an invuln, it drops is when your hit points have dropped down very, very low to the point where you think the next hit's going to kill you, and you usually do that until the healer can get you back up. This one, let me just show you. Okay, you see my hit points there. My hit points. I've got 107,238 hit points. Okay? Alright. Now, I'm at full health. So I go to use Super Bullied to avoid dying, right? It drops you down to 1 hit point. 1. To me, yes, you are invulnerable for 10 seconds, but I don't understand that one. Anyway, reduces hit points to 1 and renders you impervious to most attacks, not all. Okay, moving on. At level 56, we get Rough Divide. Now, this, I'm just reminded of Final Fantasy Dissidia, the fighting Final Fantasy game. And Squall going, "This is it!" when he does this. Okay, this is actually kind of hilarious to an extent. Okay, this is a rush forward. This is the only one that Gunbreaker gets. In fact, I do believe all the tanks only get one. This one, here we go. Rough Divide. This zooms you in. You get 2 of these. Say the enemy you're wanting to do it. There you go. That's your zoom in. Oh, I'm about ready to tell that Chocobo to go away. Ah! Stop that. Alright. So, Rough Divide delivers a jumping attack, which that didn't really look jumping to me, but anyway. With a potency of 150, maximum charges 2, cannot be executed while bound. So in other words, if an enemy binds you, and you thought, oh, I can get out of that? No, it does not do that. You get that at level 56. This is Bow Shock. This is used on multiple enemies most of the time. However, if it's a single enemy, this still is effective. It has a 60-second recast time. This attack, it delivers an attack with a potency of 150 to all nearby enemies. Additional effect, damage over time. Potency 60, duration 15 seconds. This here is very good when going up against mobs in your combos. However, this is a standalone ability, so you can use it when you think you need to. And as you can see, it's left a dot. A damage over time debuff, which has now disappeared. It doesn't last long, but it is effective. Okay. Next we have, and this is the only reason, Nick Leo, that you are here. Heart of Light. This you can put, use. It is a, oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Reduces magic damage taken by self and nearby party members by 10%. Duration 15 seconds. So you know a big hit's coming, and it's going to hit everybody. Don't ask me why he started to do that. Or why that did that. He just thought that was a really good idea. But anyway, that's what it does. It puts a buff on everybody. It's like a shell temporarily. Okay. And just so that you can see, I'm going to use Micleo here. I'm going to do Aurora on him, just to show you. So, yes, it works on other people. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay. Alright. Now. Moving on. We're going to come back to this one because that's all part of that combo. So I'm going to let you know. So we'll come back to that. Next we have Bloodfest. Now this is involving your cartridge gauge. This draws etheric energy from target, adding 3 cartridges to your powder gauge. It used to be 2, but now that I'm level 90, it's 3. I'm going to show you how that works. So say you've emptied out your cartridge gauge. All 3 are empty, correct? All right, here we go. Where is that? There we go. So give damage to give You do damage to the enemy, and you get your powder gauge back. So that's pretty awesome. So, yeah, it's Gunbreaker has an awful lot of intertwining abilities. So, I really... It is a very interesting class to play. Alright, let's see. Next we have at level 80, Blasting Zone. Delivers an attack with a potency of 720. Now it used to be Danger Zone when it's at a lower level. When you're at a lower level, it's Danger Zone, but when you get to level 80, it is Blasting Zone. Delivers an attack potency of 720, so it's a standalone ability. It doesn't have any combo mixes. So it does a significant amount of damage. Alright, moving on. Let's see. Now, this is a must-have on hotbar, main hotbar, no matter what. This is it's a very short-lived cooldown. However, it is very worth having. I use this the same as I would use for Dark Knight, Blackest Night. This one, Heart of Conundrum. It used to be Heart of Stone. But when you reach level 82, you get it as Heart of Conundrum. So I'm going to go over what it does, and then I'm going to show you what you could do with this. You can also put this on other party members. So this makes it really nice if you're in a raid and you're not the main tank. You can throw this on the main tank. Reduces damage taken by target party member or self by 15%. Duration 8 seconds. Additional effect. When targeting a party member while under the effect of Brutal Shell, that effect is also granted to the target. So in other words, if you've done Brutal Shell, before you finish your combo of Solid Barrel, or actually even if you can, I mean, because it's 30 seconds. So if you've got that on, it will give an additional effect. Additional effect grants Clarity of Conundrum to target. Don't ask me what that means. Clarity of Conundrum effects, here we go, reduces damage taken by 15%. Duration 4 seconds. Additional effect grants Catharsis of Conundrum to target. Catharsis of Conundrum effect restores HP when HP falls below 50% or upon effect duration expiration. In other words, if your hit points are 50% or less, or the effect is about to end, it will put it on. Pure potency of 900. Duration 20 seconds. So, I am now going to have to pull out Mikleo again to show you how this works, because you could do it on yourself or a target party member. Well, he's in my party, so there you go, Mikleo. We're going to give you some healing. No, that was not what I wanted. Okay. Let's actually do it this way, because this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to, well, I've already targeted this guy. Let's go for him. I've got Brutal Shell on. Now I'm going to target Mikleo. And I am going to use... So now he's got it all on. If you look over here at his timer gauge, he's got that on. He's got Brutal Shell. It doesn't last long, but it's well worth it. Now I'm going to do it to myself. And if you'll notice at the top of mine, I have all that as well. So, it's, like I said, this is a must-have for any Gunbreaker. So, I'm going to reset that dummy. I'm going to reset that dummy. And I am going to send you away because you're driving me crazy. Alright. Our last ability that we're going to do here. Whoop, I'm going the wrong way. Back here. Is I'm going to show you that combo. Now this is your... It's unusual for a tank to have these kind of combos, but imagine Red Mage or some of the other melee combos. This is continuation, level 70. This is where you have the use of where you would use Gnashing Fang. This is where you're going to use Burst Strike. This is where you're going to have Savage Claw, Wicked Talon, Jugular, Abdomen Tear, Eye Gouge, Gouge, and Hyper Velocity. These cannot be assigned to your hotbar. Once continuation has been initiated, it only starts with Gnashing Fang. Gnashing Fang has to be on your hotbar. Same with Burst Strike. Alright, but these are going to be in combination, and I'm going to show you how well this works. Alright, so we're going to start here. We've got our 3 cartridge gauges, which you definitely need for this to work. Where is my continuation? Why is that not on my hotbar? Oh, there it is, I think. Where did it go? How do I not have that on here? Well, that's a problem. I should have that on there. Oh, I do. I have to be, that's right. It's grayed out right now because I am not in battle. You have to be in battle. So we're going to start with our basic combo. And you see here, Gnashing Fang is now lit up. So we're going to use Gnashing Fang, which then opens up Savage Claw. Now, continuation, you have to have your combos going. Now, I'm going to wait and I'm going to let that fill back up. So, that way we can look at it. But in combination, when you have finished your combo there, you still have powder gauges. You use Burst Strike. So we're going to do Gnashing Fang. Then we're going to use Jugular Rip. Then we're going to use Savage Claw. Then Abdomen Tear. Then Wicked Talon. Eye Gouge. And then we're going to use Burst Strike. And then it leaves us with Hyper Velocity. And there you have it. Now if you want to do that quickly again, Bloodfest, Gnashing Fang, Jugular Rip, Savage Claw, Abdomen Tear, Wicked Talon, Eye Gouge, Burst Strike, Hyper Velocity. Now, I'm going to show you one other thing you can do with this that this is kind of will do in combo. Say you're wanting to do your combo. Add in, before you start it, No Mercy. Gnashing Fang, Jugular Rip, Savage Claw, Abdomen Tear, Wicked Talon, Eye Gouge. Oh, and I don't have that one. Oh, that really sucks. Okay. So that didn't work so hot. Let me get my gauges up there again. I can't believe I just did that. Alright. And that's going to take a minute to go again. Come on. Alright, this is the ultimate combo for Gunbreaker. No Mercy, Gnashing Fang, Jugular Rip, Savage Claw, Abdomen Tear, Wicked Talon, Eye Gouge, First Strike, Hyper Velocity. And there you have it. That is Gunbreaker. Fairly simple class, however, can be very deadly. However, I'm going to give you fair warning. Most people would tell you a couple of years back that Dark Knights are squishy. Well, Gunbreaker kind of took over for Dark Knight. So keep in mind your cooldowns. Try to help your healer out as much as possible. Gunbreaker does take an awful lot of damage and is a very squishy class. However, it's fun, and feel free to use them in the combos that you think is best. This is just my opinion, and everybody has a different one. So I hope you all have enjoyed. I hope it was educational, and I hope to see you again in the next video where I start going over the healing classes. Yeah, Sage is going to be my last one, and it's not because I don't know how it works. It's more to the point, I am probably going to butcher each and every name for the abilities because, seriously, yeah, the I don't know how they're pronounced. I know how it works, but that's about it. So, see you next Friday for another Final Fantasy 14 classes for dummies. And I hope to have it out next Wednesday is my video on Cutter's Cry, the Final Fantasy 14 Dungeons for Dummies. So keep an eye on me, and if you missed this live stream this morning, fear not, it will be up on YouTube later today. Thank you, and have a nice Eorzean day.